Victor Wembanyama made his Summer League debut this past week. He's been in some controversy with the whole Britney Spears situation, even though he really didn't do anything. This is the most hyped up prospect since Zion Williamson. Definitely one of the most hyped up prospects ever since LeBron James. People are talking about like, yo, he might be the greatest prospect of all time. And as an NBA fan base, as NBA fans, we finally got to see him in an NBA setting. Played his first 2 Summer League games. And the reception to him has just been very mixed. I'm going to pull up the tweet that Omar sent in the group chat, but I think he actually tweeted it out. But people are already critiquing Victor Wembanyama, man, and talking about how he doesn't look as dominant as y'all, was talking about him. As y'all made him out to be going into the draft. Like, what the fuck is going on with Vic, man? Is he a bust? Is he a bust? And I'm just like, Jesus Christ. I thought I was jumping the gun with some of my takes, but y'all already talking about Victor this way. All right, here we go. I got it pulled up.
He's not strong enough to actually do it where it's a strength. See, he was so focused on getting the guy off of him, he didn't secure the ball. So not strong enough in the post. And remember what I said before, too slow on the perimeter. He's got perimeter skills, but it's not good enough to actually consistently be on the perimeter. So what is he actually good at? See, look, easy rip, easy rip. He's got the skills, but not good enough to do it. His center of gravity is too high to successfully post up, and his balance is too low to actually do stuff on the perimeter. It's bad.
So, like, takes like that have been circulating around social media, around Twitter. And I will say, there's some cause for pause. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way and say, hey, not too much on Victor. I probably will say that in a couple seconds. But, when me and Sage reacted to that one Victor Wembanyama video, I did say, like, yo, if Victor ends up being a tween hezzy dude, I'm gonna be a little pissed off because I think he's too big, pause, to, like, be a tween hezzy dude. And it's fine to point out the weaknesses of these draft prospects. I think there has never been a flawless draft prospect going into the league. Even LeBron James had his flaws in his first couple of years in the league. But just this, I feel like I've just been seeing a lot of overreactions to Victor over 2 Summer League games. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the career leaders in Summer League stats, not a lot of them have actually made an impact on the league anyway, so to count on Summer League is kind of crazy, and to already say that he's a bust is kind of crazy, because, I don't know, I just feel like we're heading in the direction where Victor could average 15-8 in his rookie year, and motherfuckers are going to be like, I thought he was going to be better than this, guys. 15-8 for Victor Wembanyama? Like, holy shit, he's overhyped. He's a bust. He's just Kristaps Porzingis 2.0. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro. Give these players a little bit of time to improve and develop. Holy, man. I do want to react to this video that I had linked up now that we're actually talking about him, so. This is by Sporting Logically, so shout out to Sporting Logically.
Is considered the greatest NBA draft prospect of all time. His set of tools and upside, along with incredible size and coordination, have caused many to set expectations for him at a sky-high level. However, I'm going to present a different perspective. If you're expecting an otherworldly performance from Wembanyama as a rookie, you might be in for a disappointment. Now, let me be clear. I don't think he's going to be a bust by any means. And trust me, there are people out there right now that are going to try and make that case, and they're going to be wrong. And honestly, if someone says and honestly believes that he's just going to straight up be bad in the NBA, I'm just going to assume that they've never actually watched him play. However, even though I think he's going to be great, the expectation level, and more importantly, the misunderstanding of who Victor Wembanyama is going to be initially as an NBA player is getting out of control. But before we get carried away with our own expectations, let's consider the team that he's joining, the San Antonio Spurs. Let's not forget that the Spurs, as a franchise, as an organization, are the architects of the load management era. Do you ever get annoyed during the regular season when you get excited for a big primetime game and suddenly a star or two or three just aren't playing? Every time that happens, all of that goes back to the Spurs.
Damn.
They prioritize long-term success and player health above all else, and they always have under Popovich. And with a generational prospect like Wembanyama, that philosophy is even more important to them, especially in his rookie season. And even with the loftiest of expectations for this Spurs team next year, they're not going to be contenders. They might be a play-in team in a crowded Western Conference if some things go right, but what does that really do for them? Why not just be overly cautious with the future of the franchise? The rest of the West is going to be pretty loaded next year because there is no Victor Wembanyama for anybody to tank for, and 14, maybe all 15 teams are going to look at themselves kind of how the Spurs do right now as a possible play-in team. And at least for the first half of the year, there aren't going to be a ton of easy wins to come by in that conference. So why not just take things slow with the generational prospect that is Victor Wembanyama? And we're already seeing the effects.
All right, so let me just give off my predictions on Victor's rookie year. I don't think he's going to be this beast off of the boards, on the rebounds. I think scoring-wise, to expect 25 points per game is just Jesus Christ. I'm honestly expecting 15 and 7 to 8 rebounds on efficiency that might alarm a lot of y'all. I think we are going to see Victor Wembanyama not in the paint as much as you would possibly want him to be. I think he's going to work in the perimeter way more than you think. I think he's going to handle the ball a little bit more than you think. Those are my expectations for him. The thing about Victor to me is he is in this lane of like, yo, just pick a lane, you know? And if he focuses on certain things more than others, I think he can do whatever the fuck he wants on the court. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he wants to be a Giannis type of player and really dominate in the paint and get his weight up, I think he can be just that. You know? But if he wants to be 7'5" KD and focus on his handles more, I honestly think, you know, to say KD is crazy because it's a little bit disrespectful to KD, but I think he can be a very effective perimeter-oriented player. But him being this tweener offensively, him being this tweener to me, that's not the solution. That's not the solution in my opinion. I'd say pick a lane. Pick a lane. You know? And also, hopefully he doesn't develop into like a primary playmaker. I don't think that's the spot for him. I think the spot for him is, again, just picking the KD build or the Giannis build and like allowing a proper on-ball playmaker to succeed in that role. That's my vision for Victor, man.
Of that mindset, the Spurs have already made adjustments to his schedule, with Wembanyama choosing not to represent his national team this summer, and Summer League is probably going to be more limited than usual as well, considering that Wembanyama's French season just finished right before the draft. This trend of load management will likely continue during his rookie season. Now, that isn't to say that we should be concerned about his durability, at least in my opinion, if last season is any indication. He played every possible game in France last season, but I certainly wouldn't expect the same in his rookie year in the NBA. They played less often in France than he will in the NBA, and the Spurs, more than any other team, are going to exercise caution. They know that—
Oh yeah, chat. I'm not doubting his passing skills, because I just saw Sir Velo said in the chat, Wemby a much better passer than they're giving credit for. Yeah, I'm not doubting his passing abilities. Just don't be a pick and roll ball handler. You know what I'm saying? Just don't try to do too much in the perimeter. But if you can be like a Draymond Green type of passer, if you could be a Jokic passer out of the post, and honestly Jokic is high standards, but you know what I mean. If you can make some reads off the post, like I'm cool with that. Like I'm cool with that. But you know, trying to be a guard out there, that's just OD in my opinion.
That his career can only truly go wrong if he suffers an injury, and will do everything they can to prevent that. My expectation for the maximum amount of games that Victor Wembanyama will play as a rookie is going to be right around 65 to make him eligible for the Rookie of the Year award, and exceeding 30 minutes per game honestly seems unlikely. The Spurs fully expect to be championship contenders eventually with Wembanyama around, and they can still develop him fully without putting too much on him too soon, especially considering his frame and body type, which of course means his stats are going to be lower than expected. Some people have thrown around crazy numbers, and I really think that they're setting the bar too high. Even 20 points per game feels too high to me. The blocks and the rebounds, those are likely going to be there, but the Spurs are not going to over-prioritize him in this offense. They have other young guys that they still want to develop, and they've always been an equal opportunity offense at their best. Tons of isolations or mid-post touches.
I don't know, bro. Like, let me bring it back. Like, these touches right here
really just feel
hold on.
Lower than expected. Some people have thrown around crazy.
Like these touches right here, where Victor's. Let me pull it back. Pause. Let me pull it back.
Numbers, and I really think that they're setting the bar too high.
Hezzy.
Even 20.
I want to see that limited as much as fucking possible, bro. I don't think he needs to be doing shit like that. I understand he has that in his bag, but I don't know, bro. I don't think that's effective. That's just me, though. That's just me. If he ends up proving me wrong, that's fine. But I feel like there's so much more effective use cases of Victor than wing isolations like he's fucking Tatum, bro. Like, I don't know.
20 points per are not going to over-prioritize him in this offense. They have other young guys that they still want to develop, and they've always been an equal opportunity offense at their best. Tons of isolations or mid-post touches really just feels unlikely to me. He's going to be setting a lot of screens on and off the ball, and he's going to have to figure out how he fits into the Spurs system. Now, don't get me wrong, I know a lot of this video has been negative, but I really think Wemby is going to be awesome. Just by being out there, his incredible length is going to be so impactful. He can protect the rim and stays with perimeter players decently well because he can just make up so much ground with his length.
Impact is
his
really
ability to play as a 5 as a
like,
rim protector while also playing alongside a traditional big defensively is a really great skill. And of course, offensively, he has so many skills for a guy his size. That versatility in terms of lineup construction, incredible length to play any forward position, while also being able to space the floor offensively is an unbelievably valuable combination. The closest that we really have in the league at the moment would be Kristaps Porzingis, I guess, who's a good to great rim protector, whereas the other premier offensive bigs and spacers in the league like Karl-Anthony Towns and Jokic just aren't on that level. However,
also this notion that like, because motherfuckers want to dig at Victor. Man, he's just a better Kristaps Porzingis. Okay, a better Kristaps Porzingis is a great player. I don't know, because Kristaps Porzingis is a good player. So you put a little bit of oomph to Kristaps. That's I don't know, bro. Like that's one hell of a player. That's one of a hell of a player to me. I don't know.
However, I do have to temper expectations one more time here. The offensive skill that Wemby has at his size is insane, and his fluidity and his body control at that size is arguably even more impressive. But I do think people are overrating him just a bit in terms of his scoring ability at the NBA level right away. There are a ton of crazy highlights of him hitting step back threes and pull-ups and getting to the rim, but he still has a ways to go in terms of skill development. He still will get pushed off of his spot, especially on drives, and isn't quite as amazing as an individual offensive player as some seem to think, and he probably won't be all that efficient initially until he figures it out. He will be very good, but his impact as a rookie, in my opinion, is going to be felt way more on the defensive end of the floor. And people just aren't going to be as excited about that. Having said that,
I think just the way the media, and I'm not gonna act like I haven't played a part in it. The way people have been hyping up Victor Wembanyama as a generational prospect, a once in a lifetime prospect, it's not even like unjust because I see it. But fans are gonna twist that in a way to say just any bad game of his, anything below 15-9 in his rookie year, yeah, this guy ain't it. Y'all fucking overhyped him. When he could average that in his rookie year, and then his sophomore year, he can have a sophomore like leap to like, I don't know, 21-10. And now it's like all of a sudden like those comparisons look dumb. Honestly, just not too much on Victor, bro. Not too much on Victor. Give him some time. All right. I thought I was calling it very quick on Andrew Wiggins being a bust in year 4, but y'all are quicker than me, bro. Like, Jesus Christ, the way Toronto fans have given up on Scotty Barnes after 2 years, or like I've been, just been criticizing him in the sophomore year, it looks crazy to me, bro. We did a redraft of the 2021 draft, and us having Jalen Green as high as we did, me and Sage, and the backlash that we got, bro, like, I just didn't see it coming, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Just give these players more time, all right? I think we've been spoiled over these I'd say starting 2017. Because I really started seeing it in 2017. Starting with the 2017 NBA draft, we saw a lot of rookies come in NBA ready. Come in ready to make an impact on winning situations. We saw the likes of Ben Simmons. We saw the likes of Donovan Mitchell. We saw the likes of Jason Tatum. I know that sounds like dick suck, but it is what it is. We saw a lot of players during that era, and even to the tune of Luka and Trae Young, players in their first 3 to 4 years just having crazy impact on playoff teams. Now when we look at a motherfucker like Jalen Green, now when we look at dudes like, hell, even Victor or Scoot this year, and in the next 2 years, and they're not, performing up to that standard, now people want to call bust, now people want to call X, Y, and Z. I just think we were really spoiled with some really, really good draft classes from 2017 to, I would even say, 2019, because Ja has made a really good impact in 4 years in the league. Even Zion, that's not the standard, bro. That is not the standard. So not too much on these young players, bro. Just not too, even DA to a certain extent, right? Just not too much on these players, bro. Give them some time.
I do think that the floor spacing stuff will translate. There are some people out there that have looked at the three-point shooting numbers and assumed that he's overrated as a shooter, and I really don't think that's the case. Everything about his shot, and more importantly his free throws, look great to me. I just think the percentages dipped because he wanted to go out there and try the step backs and 1-foot jumpers, and that entire team was basically created to help Wemby prepare for the NBA, and as a result, he got a lot of offensive creative freedom there. And that simply won't be as much of a thing in San Antonio, which in the long run will be a good thing, especially for his offensive efficiency. But in San Antonio, they're going to tighten up a lot of that stuff initially. He's going to be expected to defend with effort, rebound, work within the offense, and take good shots, all of which are really good things for his career in the long run, but might cause his rookie year to fall below the lofty expectations that some have set for him, at least offensively. As I said earlier, I think he's going to be an amazing team defender right away just because of his length, and then he's going to develop his offensive impact a little bit more slowly. Again, that's good for his career in the long run, but people won't care as much about his defense unless it's some kind of crazy block highlight that only he can make happen. And again, this entire video is about expectations. Apart from LeBron, there's never really been a rookie with this much put on his shoulders as soon as he enters the NBA. If Wemby has one bad shooting game to start the year, or plays 20 minutes one night, or gets bodied in the post by a bigger defender, or gets dunked on, people will clown him. The expectations are so crazy out of control that he can't help but fall a little bit short of them. And I'm telling you right now, don't worry about it. He's still going to be incredibly impactful defensively. He's still going to be very useful offensively. And in the long term, that's going to lead to winning for the Spurs. They know how to turn superstars into winning stars, and that will be their plan with Wemby as well. He likely won't be an all-star as a rookie. Heck, he might not even win Rookie of the Year depending on his stats. But quite honestly, a slightly disappointing rookie season by most people's standards probably won't be all that bad of a thing for him, and will likely still be one of the best and most impactful rookie seasons in the history of the league.
Yeah, if anything, it might do him some favor to not win Rookie of the Year, just from an expectation standpoint. I think if he doesn't win Rookie of the Year, people are gonna lower their expectations. And now he doesn't have this much pressure.
So no, this isn't a video saying that Victor Wembanyama is going to be a bust. I'm not saying that he's going to be bad. I just think that maybe we should lower our expectations, but of course we're not, because the hype train has already gotten so out of control to this point where everybody expects all-star level numbers. And if he falls short of that, everybody's going to be upset. He's not going to be a bust, but he's also probably not going to be an all-star initially, and that's okay. Let's just enjoy.
Yeah, I know this motherfucker's different because he made... Yo, chat, did y'all get the memo that Summer League was about to be like this meetup event for all of NBA YouTube and NBA Twitter, bro? Like, I didn't get the memo. This shit is crazy. I saw, like, it was like All-Star Weekend out there, bro. Like, I didn't know. I swear to God, if I knew that many heads was pulling up, Let's Keep It a Buck would have pulled up. You know, we would have had a meetup. We would have hooped. We would have pulled up, bro. But like, goddamn. Goddamn. I think next year we'll definitely pull up. But yeah, so many people were there. I know Larry, Click, Dom2K, shout out to Kobe from the Discord, and from Dom2K streams. Double D was there, Rusty was there, all of Through the Wire was there. Shout out to Through the Wire, man. Shout out to Through the Wire. I think like Alex Hoops was there. That dude that covers the OKC Thunder. Cash was there. I seen that. Yeah, like DKM was there. DKM was there. Man, I swear to God, if we knew the Summer League was about to be that event, we would have made some plans and pulled up. But now that's crazy.